Many people think of solar eclipses as only lasting a few minutes, but that's not actually the case. Totality may only last a few minutes, and it is absolutely the highlight of a total solar eclipse. However, the two partial phases of the solar eclipse add up to almost 2.5 hours. You can make the most of those 2.5 hours of partial eclipse by looking through a telescope to find surface features on the sun. It's especially fun to watch during a solar eclipse as the moon's limb approaches and eventually covers the sunspots before your very eyes. And to that end, this video is the first in a series going through the features that you can see on the sun. First up, sunspots. Everyone has at least heard of sunspots, but what are they really? Sunspots are areas on the sun's photosphere, its surface, if you will, which appear darker than the surrounding area. They're darker because they're cooler, roughly 7,000 Kelvin or 7,000 Celsius compared to 10,000 everywhere else on the sun's surface. Many people take just a quick look through a telescope, see a dark spot, say, oh, that's nice, and then they move on. But sunspots are actually a whole lot more fascinating than that. Look closely and you'll be able to see the sunspot's anatomy. The darkest part of a sunspot appears black, and this is known as the umbra. Look more closely and you'll sometimes see a grayish border surrounding the umbra. This gray area is called the penumbra, and these are slightly warmer than the umbra itself. Both the umbra and penumbra are the result of the sun's insanely convoluted magnetic field. When loops in the magnetic field pop up through the sun's surface, they slow down the normal circulation patterns at those locations. The hot material from below the sun's surface can't move up as quickly, and this is what allows pieces of the sun's surface to cool down slightly and thus appear dark. How can you see a sunspot for yourself? You're going to need equipment. Never look directly at the sun without proper safety equipment. You can put on your eclipse glasses and try to find sunspots with just your naked eye, but it's rare for a sunspot to be large enough to be seen with the naked eye like that. There are several different options for how to see sunspots safely. You're going to need to either build a projector, which is super simple, or use solar binoculars, or best of all, a telescope with proper solar filter on the front. How-to videos on each of those are coming soon. Sunspots can be small or large, single or in groups, and can sometimes help predict solar flares. But that's a longer video for another time. Please subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video on one of the most misunderstood solar features. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you next time here on Totality Town.